Hello and greetings to all. I am thrilled to be joined today by Mr. Ashis Rout, Senior Vice President, Technology and Digital at HDFC Bank, a leader with deep experience in banking innovation, security, and digital transformation. Today, we are going to deep dive into zero trust in BFS, how financial institutions can secure sensitive data at scale. Welcome, Mr. Raut.
Thank you, Dr. Damodar. It is my pleasure to be here. This is such a timely subject and a vital topic, especially as currently the data privacy and digital trust takes the center stage in the financial world. Thank you
Thank
very
you, sir,
much.
for joining in. So, let's begin with the basics. Zero trust is not just a buzzword, it's a mindset, a principle that says trust is on, not given, especially in an era where data breaches are not a question of if, but, or when. In BFSI, where you deal with PII, financial records, and transaction data, a perimeter based security model no longer holds up. Zero trust moves away from trust but verify to never trust, always verify, whether it's internal or external actors. Mr. Raut, I want to understand your perspective on this.
Spot on, Dr. Damodar. In fact, in my whole career, 3 decades plus, we have seen the landscape shift. It is not just about the firewalls anymore. Zero Trust helps to create context aware access control, access user, device, and applications across everything. This is crucial for a banking environment for our size of bank and where million of customer and a complex hybrid environment, infrastructural environment we have. And from the data privacy standpoint, zero trust ensures the data access is minimized and monitored and compliance is obtained, supporting both like compliance and customer trust, because trust becomes quite important. The for a bank like us, millions of customers they trust us, and the reputation is at stake in case we don't. I mean, keep that trust always in equally.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Let's get into the section two. Let's discuss about the core pillar of zero trust in BFS industry.
Okay, let us see on what we see the core pillar. I have divided into 5 core pillars.
Okay.
The first one I prefer to say that user identity and access management. The second one is the device security from where the customer communicate or is recognized by the bank, and that's the customer and bank within that. This is a device, and the bank also is a server where we communicate. So device security posture is quite important. Then the application the customer accesses, that is the third point. And on the way when he communicates, the data encryption and micro segmentation plays a vital role to understand there the communication is secure, and this micro segmentation feels it that it is absolutely the customer who interacts with us is the real customer. It is not taken away by any session. And top of it, the last point, continuous monitoring and analytics help us to ensure that we are right at the stake of compliance level.
This is
And we
powerful.
demonstrate it.
Absolutely.
And in our bank, we are investing heavily in the various tools that gives us a real-time insight into who is accessing and
That is powerful.
thereby trust is
Yeah,
maintained.
yeah,
So also the data minimization, only collection and strong storing it, what is necessary is increasingly central, and to stay compliant to various law. If it is in India, it is DPDP. If you
yeah.
go outside, where somewhere GDPR, and that all countries has got their norms, rule, regulation. European market, depending upon the market where they play, cross border. So more or less, the privacy policy are the basic that right person rightly he should use and right thing he should use.
Right.
That's the pillar everyone in every compliance level.
Absolutely, you are spot on. So I would like to add, when it comes to rightly you say data privacy, the key shift is moving from protecting systems to protecting the data itself, right? And rightly you said, with zero trust, we are talking about data centric security, encryption in motion, or at rest,
Yeah.
even during processing. Also, you touch upon data minimization, only collecting and storing what is necessary in the increasingly central to saying compliant with DPDPA you touch upon, GDPR, no Euro, and other regulatory landscape, right? So thank you so much. So let's get into a little bit on the real world use cases. So let's talk practical implementation in a banking and financial services domain. I recently came across a bank that applied zero trust in its loan underwriting system. By integrating behavioral analytics, they could detect unusual access patterns, thus protecting sensitive credit scoring models. Another case I witnessed, a BFSI firm that applied micro segmentation to isolate high risk environment from customer facing application. So these shifts reduce their threat surface drastically. So I want to understand from you
Yes.
few experience, how actually you can come across this real world scenario. You can give few example in Indian scenario. uh,
Yeah, you are spot on, Dr. Damodar. We have also, the similar journey. We understand the current tools, current technology that has to be adopted to have a zero trust. I mean, don't trust anybody, anything. It has to be everything profiling. So we have the similar journey. Our digital banking channels are zero trust enabled. So that means we are safeguarding our data and customers' privacy both together. So we leverage device profiling to check for any anomaly in the mobile app access. On the back end, the data access layer are tightly governed. We have got a very tight policy processes which govern the data governance. And it is also business context. I mean, not that only the data is governed, it helps the business also to be always be compliant and march ahead for business. It helps the generation of business as well. That's my trust, my belief, that zero trust helps in business building. We have always implemented just in time the access for privileged users. So even if the insider don't get always on access to sensitive, our access control is well governed, well managed, to ensure who is accessing, what he is accessing, is his role provides that access mechanism really to add, or he's going beyond. For example, if a person, his role is given only for the morning shift,
yeah,
and he suddenly take a evening shift access, that means that is anomaly,
yeah,
and it is allotted to his supervisor.
yeah,
By where those things are, there is a maker checker, the monitoring is throughout, and it goes to SIM. The models are built, and it provides you the insight that nothing untoward are observed in the data access. That's the core value.
super. Great insight. Anything you want to touch upon? The next session, we will discuss about the regulatory alignment and privacy engineering. So, yeah, if I request you if you let's talk about the regulatory alignment and privacy
It
engineering.
is just
Yeah,
zero. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we'll talk that. Before that, let me also say that it is not about building a trust.
Hmm.
It is about to supporting and showcasing it to everybody that yes, it is, we are providing this, and communicating to the larger customer base, where we say that yes, this is how it is governed, and this is how your data is protected. No matter what it comes, no data goes without any justification to anybody for that matter, from top to bottom in the organization as well,
Hmm.
whether insider or outsider. Everywhere the profiling, the access mechanism are well protected and
Absolutely.
demonstrated. Go to the regulatory alignment and
Yeah.
privacy engineer. The banking or BFSI segment regulated. Throughout the time for completely we trust the regulator. Regulator also trust us, and time to time the auditing also makes us sure that yes, we are at part one about data, basically data of the customer, because that is not custodian. So regulator, yes,
Yeah.
we give highest priority and highest honor to them, and they also, when they come audit, we demonstrate them that how the data are protected and what are the tools, what are the mechanism, what are the processes. We are able to demonstrate. So thereby, uh, I mean, it gives a strongest foundation to our governance model, by which regulator are also touched okay with our control mechanism that we have adopted. So whether it is a DPDP in India or GDPR in Europe, regulator want to see proactive risk management. So we don't wait that even if we are adopting few of the model which gives such a predictive analysis, we are not reactive. Most of the time we want to be proactive, that if it is likely to be hit any of the trust breach, we remediate immediately by either by isolating that particular device or taking care of the overall network. So be anywhere. We have, created the architecture which it is well governed, well protected, and
Yeah.
compliant to the various rule regulation of the law.
Yeah.
Land of the law. So also we are seeing growing emphasis on the privacy now. The currently in India, the emphasis is more towards privacy by design. Means we need to have our design so this one that yes, people understand that their privacy is protected and it is well within the right hands of the uh, entity where they have given their data. They have that
Yeah.
trust. So it is all about engineering privacy into every layer, not just slapping on the control or post launch. From the beginning of any project, the privacy or the regulations, or developing any application, generating any reports, these all are tested, certified, and the change is thereafter taken
Hmm.
after the UAT. That is the major thing. Even if for AI, we even if automate the risk scoring, whereas uh, customer might be facing this also, where unknowingly, knowingly, if their risk profiling goes up, their access profiling goes a little risky. If he's doing a 10 rupees transaction for last 6 months and suddenly he gives a
Yeah.
1 lakh transaction, that's a little risk profile goes up, and thereby he gets a automated call, bot call, and he confirms, then it goes out. That's the level of adoption of AI we have
Exactly,
got that.
exactly. Also, if I touch upon privacy impact assessment, or we call it PIA or DPIA, are now living documents, and they are not one-time checkbox. And like you said, with AI, we can even automate risk scoring during the development of new digital services. In a zero trust model, data privacy is no longer the compliance team's job alone. It's a shared responsibility across product, tech, governance, across organizations. No, thank you very much for your insights. So let's touch upon a little bit future of
Yeah,
trust in
in fact,
BFS. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, in fact, I mean, when you see the risk profiling, no, the risk scores goes up. He gets invariably a call,
Mm,
bot call or human call,
yeah.
and he has to confirm and he has to consent to that. Yes, I want to do this transaction, and I'm okay, good with this particular transaction. And by giving that consent, then we allow it. It is a fraction of second. Everything is automated, so he don't feel that yes he has to go back and next 24 hours he has to come for trust. No, it is all seamless for him. If it is I mean stopping the transaction for a moment, next moment he gets a call and he allows it, consents it, and he redo it. We allow it. I mean, that's how they, and he also feels wow about it. Yes, in fact, they are quite concerned about our safety of our transaction, safety of our data, safety of our I mean, whatever type of data, not necessarily only transactional data or financial data. It's demographic data, it's whereabouts, it's devices, all detail, everything, starting from all PIs, credit card number, debit card number, its access mechanism, its access timing, everything. The risk profiling happens on that particular those entities. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, no, well said. If I had to summarize, I would say zero trust is the foundation of trusted BFS. It is not just about control, it's about creating secure, seamless experience that earn customer confidence every day. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
said,
so we are
doctor.
hitting
I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you are spot on that achievements, and we are really moving where it is touchless, digitized. I mean, customer need to be at any point, anywhere, securely connecting to the bank and having that trust in themselves that yes, he's in the right. That's the concern. That's the main fundamental trust which he has. Then he comes to the bank, he gets acquainted with the bank, and bank's reputation also goes up.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank
Yeah,
you.
nice.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. So I said,
thank you,
thank you very much
Dr.
for
Damodar. It was my pleasure to
yeah,
be discussing this matter with you. And you are a pioneer in the privacy, as I understand, and really honored to be here and sharing my bit of thoughts with you and to all the audience. And thank you, all the viewers and audience. If you have got any this one, you can either seek clarification from Dr. Damodar, who is a pioneer, and even if you have got anything from me to understand, leverage from my experience, I will be happy. You can just put those
thank you.
questions.
Thank you, Mr. Ashis Rout.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
I know,
much.
rightly you said, I'm not a pioneer, but I love privacy, and privacy matters. We all know that. And we are actually the most comprehensive AI powered privacy management platform. Even for India, we have ID privacy that is made in India, made for India product. And we have recently launched. And in outside India, in global market, we have ID Redact, especially in Europe and US. So yeah, Ashishji, thank you for sharing your valuable insight, and thank you everyone who one is watching it or who will join us later. It's a live session; you can watch it later. So let's keep building privacy first, trust-driven digital finance. Once again, thank you, Ashishji. Pleasure talking to you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Bye.
Namaskar.